Bill Burr is a topic that just gets more and more interesting as time goes on because it seems that something is really going on with Bill Burr and the fans. I was watching Unique Entertainment, their YouTube channel. You watch them, don't you, Brandon?
I've seen them before, yeah.
Have a lot of Brendan Schaub news and a lot of comedy podcasting stuff. And the Bill Burr story is, and this is, I'm quoting Unique Entertainment on this. He says Bill's lost 20,000 YouTube subscribers in the last couple of weeks. And the first week he was losing, I don't know, it was like 300 or 400 a day. And it's like, it's probably temporary, but it's significant. People don't usually lose YouTube subscribers. The last week he's lost more. And now a total of 20,000. Now he's got tons of subscribers. I don't think it's really going to kill Bill Burr, but what could be killing him is what's going on in the last 3 weeks in terms of people watching his show. Now, when I see our show is ahead of Bill Burr's show on the Apple Comedy Podcast charts, something is going on. And it's not us. We're where we usually are. 3 weeks ago, Bill Burr was getting, he had 81,000 YouTube views on his Monday show. His Thursday show had 44,000. His next Monday, 2 weeks ago, was at 49,000, and the Thursday show was at 31,000. This is a very consistent show. 1 week ago, it was at 30,000, and Thursday it was at 28,000. And then this week, the Monday show is at 24,000. The Thursday show is at 12,000 views. So 81,000 3 weeks ago, 12,000 on Thursday. Again, the Unique Entertainment guy says he's lost half his audience. Now, I don't know how you measure that somebody's lost half their audience.
What happened?
But his podcast numbers are absolutely dwindling. And it's not entirely about going to Riyadh either, because I went back 3 years, which Unique Entertainment did not do. And by the way, it's YEWNEEK Entertainment. If you like seeing YouTube posts about podcasts, I think you'd enjoy it. You go back 3 years, I looked at the 6 weeks, and this is very indicative of any 6 weeks. There's one crazy number in there, but 3 years ago, 6 consecutive shows did 184,000 views, 1.4 million, 426,000, 83,000, 113,000, and 308,000. How do you get from there to 12,000 on Thursday? It's Sunday. It's going to pick up a couple more thousand, so it may end up getting 15,000. How did he get from there to here? Well, I remember the beginning of wondering about Bill Burr, and I wasn't the only one. It was when he broke up, much like Prince Andrew and Epstein, but not the same scenario. He broke up with Anthony Cumia. Anthony Cumia had gotten into a squabble in Central Park over photographing someone. He made some pretty rude tweets, and Bill Burr's wife was very upset about it because it was suggesting she took it that way, and a lot of people did. His Sirius XM didn't like his tweets either. They fired him.
Well, remember, too, Bill's wife is black.
Yes, of course.
Man.
So he told Anthony Cumia he couldn't work with him anymore. And then Anthony wanted to try to put things back together. Worked with Bill Burr for a long time, and so he tried to talk to him at the Comedy Cellar. And, I'm sure there's two sides to the story. I've never heard Bill Burr's story, but according to Anthony, I think he said Bill was using, was it Club Soda Kenny, the security guy?
Yeah.
And he had Club Soda Kenny throw him out of the Comedy Cellar. Now, I thought it was one thing to be upset because his wife was upset. It was another thing to throw him out of the Comedy Cellar. Mm-hmm. And Club Soda Kenny, he used to work security for Opie and Anthony when Bill was nobody and they were somebody. And it just seemed like very dramatic. Then it was billionaires should be hunted down and killed. And then it was Free Luigi. And then it was Los Angeles did a great job on the wildfires on Jimmy Kimmel. Then he was right at home with The View. They just loved him there. And he talked about Elon Musk doesn't know how to talk to girls, which didn't turn out very well because Elon Musk has actually dated a lot of beautiful girls. And people were posting pictures of Bill's wife as a comparison, which is pretty shitty, but that's just the way it went. Then it was Riyadh. And I don't think Riyadh was that big a deal. It was when he came back. It was how he reacted to, I don't even know what he was reacting to. I guess a few people were expressing judgment.
Yeah.
But not
the bots.
It wasn't that big a deal.
It's interesting that he's the one that got attacked, though. Like it's almost like basically everything you set up made him ripe to be attacked.
It did. And there was the video from 2011 on his podcast where he was critical of Rihanna and some others for, how could you take that blood money? And then he was doing it. But I think it was survivable. But then when he started saying it was our fault, that we didn't understand, he had a top 3 experience of his life, and he negotiated the rules down from all these things down to just the royal family you couldn't talk about in the government. And then he started, making a lot of jokes about anybody criticizing it, and nobody seemed to be laughing. And, it's one thing to think, because I have really sensed Bill Burr has changed, that he's not the guy I loved for all that time. I didn't really even feel like I was done with Bill Burr. But the way he acted when he came back was it just grossed me out. I couldn't stand hearing from him. I couldn't stand the stupid jokes. Wait till the boat's clear, and I've never been in the middle of one of these crazy things. I mean, he acted like it was just just this weird circumstance that somehow ended up in the middle of this nothing story. And so it turns out a lot of people felt the same way and have just said bye. And if you ever do read comments, the problem with reading comments is you have to give them a view because you have to punch play. So actually, it's funny. In the comments, are people going, you don't have to give them a view. You can punch play and pause it during the commercial and you won't get a view. And people are just absolutely so sick of him. And other people are saying, get out of the comments. He's getting shitty comments and he's not getting any views. Don't give him a view. So people seem just determined. And now he canceled his live show. I don't know what's up with the rest of his schedule. I haven't really looked if he has dates coming up, but I don't know what he's doing now. He hasn't said a word since the Conan show, which went so badly. Mm-hmm. But, is his career permanently altered?
I don't think so. I think just
altered, but not ended. Yeah.
Yeah, altered, maybe not. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't think his career is over. There's probably people who agree with him on all this stuff. There's probably people who want to shoot billionaires. There's probably people who want to free Luigi. I'm sure there's people that watch The View that love that he was on The View. I mean, those fans certainly wouldn't be upset.
Or he has other stand-up that still makes you laugh,
Yeah. I didn't really think that this would even happen. I mean, I thought maybe something, there'd be some effect, but this is extraordinary. I can't think of many, especially in his field, in the field of comedy, when have people abandoned a comic? It's got to be pretty unique, right?
Well, usually it's for being terrible.
Yeah, or stealing jokes.
Like Dane Cook, or stealing jokes.
Yeah,
Carlos Mencia.
Yeah.
And Dane Cook was accused of stealing jokes. Mm-hmm. In addition to getting really cocky.
He was huge. That was a pretty quick downfall. But that was really, I don't know why. Why was that? It wasn't because anything he said. It was just like, this guy's not funny.
I think it had a lot to do with his movie career, that all of a sudden he was Mr. Hollywood.
He was super hot, yeah.
And he was dating these
Maybe that's what's happened to Bill, because of his movie career now.
I think his movie career is part of it. Just a small part.
Yeah.
But when Dane started doing all those Hollywood movies, and he just seemed very cocky, and he was dating these
nailing Jessica Simpson.
He was kind of a dick.
19-year-old girls. Yeah, I think people really did just decide they didn't like him, and maybe he wasn't that funny. I mean, he was a different kind of comic.
Yeah,
I still thought some of that stuff was funny.
Like yeah,
no, comics did not like him. That's true.
Remember Attell when he told us about it?
Oh yeah.
Oof. They were basically forced to have him on that tour.
Yeah.
It was Giraldo, Attell, and Dane Cook, which just one of those guys does not belong.
So weird. I love to see that tour, though, wouldn't you? Greg
Giraldo
it's on. And Dave Attell.
They put a special out. It was a Comedy Central special. That's why they made him have Dane on the tour.
I can only think of two comics. I mean, I know there's lots of comics that I miss. Richard Pryor's, all kinds of people. But between George Carlin and Greg Giraldo, I cannot think of two that I miss that much. I mean, those two, God, they're so good.
Well, and Giraldo was cut so short.
It was. And he seemed like, it didn't seem like Greg was really flying high, too, when he died.
Literally?
Well, yeah, literally. And he was so fucking funny. He was one of those guys that could come in the studio.
He was an addict, man. That's what took his life.
Well, he was, and he wasn't, and he was.
Yeah.
And
he was always fighting that.
And we saw that firsthand.
The guy was a genius, man.
We also laughed as hard as we probably ever laughed, because he was one of those people, and there weren't many who could come in and go, hey, just talk about anything.
Yep.
And I almost preferred that to him doing anything resembling his material. He just was so funny off the top of his head.